Hi YouTube, Taco here. Welcome to a new series I am running called Pros and Cons. In it, I give the pros and cons of a weapon, its specs, whether I think you should use it or not, and how to play with it. Today's weapon is the Volt, an energy submachine gun available at rank 27 and is purchasable for 100 credits. Before we get into the pros and cons of the Volt, let's go over its specific specs. The Volt has a maximum damage of 23 and a minimum damage of 14, with an amped maximum of 25 and a minimum of 20. It fires at a rate of 660 rounds per minute and has a tactical reload time of 1.5 seconds and an empty reload time of 2 seconds, holding a max capacity of 33 rounds. So now that we have what the Volt does, let's get into the pros of the Volt submachine gun. The biggest strength that the Volt boasts over the other submachine guns is in its wonderful long-range capabilities. You are able to reach out and touch people with your energized bullets to a significant range and be incredibly accurate. I mean, say what you want about the R97's stupid capabilities at long range, but the Volt can easily outclass the R97 when it comes to killing targets that are farther off. The Volt also has some fantastic reload times, with the fastest reload times of any weapon in the game aside from the Hammond P2016. Getting into firefights and emptying your mag too quick is not a problem with the Volt, as its reload times are stupid quick. So frantic reloaders who reload after every kill, this weapon is definitely for you. The Volt also possesses the most favorable recoil patterns of the SMGs. I found that it doesn't pull that much, but when it does, it will pull slightly up and to the right. However, this is not completely accurate as I barely ADS, but moving on. Coupling this with the long-range capabilities of the Volt, this makes it the long-range Excalibur of all the SMGs. However, the Volt has some really bad weaknesses that really can decide whether or not you're going to win a firefight. So here they are. The absolute biggest weakness of the Volt is its puny pea shooter damage. This has led to many of my enemies getting away when with any other SMG I would have easily killed them. Because of this, you have to mitigate it by increasing its damage, which makes amped weapons a must. This also makes the long range part of the Volt much harder. Like, Respawn, what's with your balancing of this gun? You say it's great at long range, but you give it a puny 14 minimum damage. I'm not really understanding your thought process here, but moving on. While it is both a strength and a weakness, the Volt is an incredibly accurate weapon. This means you have to have fantastic aim in order to make this SMG work. If you don't bring your best aiming skills to the match, you're going to have a bad time with it. Close range engagements are especially difficult due to its pinpoint accuracy, so make sure you pack your aimbot when using the Volt. The Volt has a low rate of fire, which makes it weaker against virtually any other high rate of fire weapon in a close range situation. It fires at a rate of 660 rounds per minute, which is effectively beat out by almost every other SMG and most of the assault rifles. Any rando with an EVA 8 or R97 will blast you away without you even getting off a shot, and this can make using the Volt really frustrating. So with all that said, should you be using the Volt, even after the major damage nerf it received? And my answer is yes. I think you should use it. It may have crappy damage, but it is still a reliable gun and still works even after its nerf. Even though in these clips you see me using grapple, I find that the best tactical to use with the Volt is the AWOL. Being able to have amped damage at almost all times in the match mitigates the Volt's poor damage numbers. It really turns the Volt into the long-range monster it was supposed to be, as the damage becomes consistent and dangerous when the weapon is aimed well. For pilot kits, I prefer to run fast regens because many times when I personally am in a one-on-one firefight, I take a good amount of damage, so you want to heal that up quick. Kit 2 really should be kill report or low profile since every other option is terrible. Ordnance, I use frag grenades, but arcs work well if you have trouble hitting fast-moving pilots. Satchels and electric smokes are eh. Gravity Star and Firestar work fine too. For attachments, I like to run Tactikill and Gunrunner, and here's why. The Volt has a great magazine capacity at 33 rounds, and already has great reload times, so using Speed Reloader and increased mag mods are useless. Gun Ready is useless also since you don't really need to aim with the Volt, and Quick Swap is just... why? So that's the Volt. It's a really fun gun that you can use, and it's great at long range, but you really need to get amped weapons as soon as possible with it. I really hope you have as much fun using it as I do on a daily basis. So, I want to thank you very much for watching my guide. Please comment and like if you enjoyed it. Subscribble, blah blah blah. You kind of already know what I'm going to say. Anyway, bye for now.